teenage pregnancy like actually bad for kids?
What did that suggest?
It suggests that like teenage moms definitely face a lot more financial problems than mothers who delay childbearing. Like there's a penalty to early motherhood in terms of education in the labor market. But the effect of adolescent parenthood on kids, particularly their like cognitive problems and ADHD, is a lot smaller than people might anticipate. And that's because people do not have children as teenagers at random. So like more impulsive sensation-seeking moms are more likely to have kids young, and they're more likely to have impulsive sensation-seeking kids. There's 8 million parenting books, which are all like, here are all the things correlated with being like a high-income white lady, basically is what they're all saying. And very few of those things are shown to actually have like a causal impact on child development.
My name's Haley.
My name's Matthew, and we're pregnant.
I can't
don't feel
take you
good
serious.
saying that at all. You better say that.
Oh, I have to say it.
Yeah, because you're pregnant.
My name's Haley. I'm 16 years old, and I'm 32 weeks pregnant.
My name's Matthew. I'm 16 years old, and I'm the dad.
I'm promoting pregnancy, but I'm very happy. I'm 31. My daughter just turned 17. 1 year at home, and then she should be moved out. You know what people are doing around my age? Just starting their little families. Oh, that's cute. No school drop-off for me. I'll be back to buying houses soon as that kid's 18.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. So today's video is on a teen mom. Yes, she's 15 years old. She was 15 years old when she had her first child. So she came on this regretful parents page on Reddit to share her experience, and she was like, she has never had that moment where she would say she has lived for herself, she has done things for herself. It's always her doing things for her kids. She wished she knew life differently, kind of regretting her actions, regretting life and all that. Spoke about not having friends. Guys, let's look at this. Being a teenager, your parents are there for you. Not all family, but majority of the family have their parents there for them and guiding them and all that. You're still under the guidance of your parents, and then you now have a baby, so you never had time to live freely, to be out there. You didn't even get up to 18 to do things yourself, to discover yourself, because being 15 is still a tender age. You don't know who you are. So moving from that, transitioning from that to being a mom, that means you never had time to discover yourself, to live for yourself, to know what you like and what you don't like, to make friends, to experience life by yourself. She never had that, and these were the things she pointed out in her write-up, and even more. So I don't know how she was able to maneuver the whole situation, because I tell you, being a mom is hard. Even adult parents are struggling. Talk more of a teenage parent, like, to get. So let's go ahead and read her story in details, and then I'll talk about it. Regret being a teen parent. As a teen mom, I feel like I'm not allowed to talk about my regrets. What I always hear is, well, you chose this, but so did almost every other parent in the world. And honestly, I don't think a child should be trusted to make a decision like that. I feel it wasn't fair to me to have a baby so young. At 15, I didn't understand life's complexity yet. I thought being a mom would be fine and I would have no regret. But now, as an adult, I see what I missed out on. It's selfish, but we only get one life, and I want to think about it. But with kids, it's hard. I never got to be a teenage girl. I already wasn't social, and having kids made that worse. Now I want to have fun and be carefree, but I don't even have any friends or any idea how to make friends. I never found my style or learned to do my hair and makeup. Since 15, my focus was on another person. My biggest problem is I struggle with establishing a routine for myself because I'm always trying to keep up with my kids' schedules. I wish I had learned to plan for myself before having to do it for others. I feel like I never got the chance to learn self-care and responsibility. At 15, my parents were still guiding me, but then suddenly I was on my way raising a baby. There is a lingering feeling of having wasted my life. It saddens me to think that I would never experience what it's like to live solely for myself. My life transitioned too quickly. One day I was a child following instructions. The next day I found myself in the role of parent. Suddenly I was the one issuing directives to a child. Even though I was still figuring out how to navigate life myself, I don't think there was anything that could have made me ready at such age. I genuinely believe my parents should have recognized this and exercised more control over me. Anyways, at the end of the day, I know it's my fault, but I just honestly had no idea what I was doing. I love my children, and every day I'm learning to accept that this is my life. But I just found this group and I wanted to share my feelings. So this is her story. And if you listen carefully, at some point, she sounded as though she was blaming her parents for letting her have the kids. She repeated it twice. Her parents should have had total control of her. And she also said she did not understand life and she didn't think it was nice or it was wise for her to have had that baby at 15. I don't know what the whole situation was for her. She didn't give us a backstory. I don't know if her parents had suggested for her not to keep the baby and she insisted, because from her write-up it seems as though she said she wanted to have the baby and the parents did not object and they just let her go ahead to having the baby. I get her point, because this is the reality of life. Life is in stages. Whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, life is in stages. You would hear people say, let the kids be kids. When they get to adulthood, they would experience being an adult. Let kids be kids. So if you take away that childlike stage, or you take away that point where a child is supposed to be a child, or a teenager is supposed to be a teenager, and the teenager transition into being an adult, that means the teenager is missing a lot. There is a lot of space there to be filled, because the teenager did not experience what they were supposed to experience. Rather, they moved quickly to being an adult. And when it's a case of raising a child, that is something you would never get back anymore. You've moved past it. You can never get it back. Maybe if you decide to give up your baby for adoption, that's when you can say, okay, I have freedom. Let me go out there and explore and do things I never did. And no one is perfect. As a child growing up, we are bound to make mistakes. Even me, when I was a teenager, I made mistakes, different kinds of mistakes. That's why we have parents. Some people are not that lucky to have parents that will guide them. You get? Some people even have parents and the parents never guided them to the right direction, if you get what I mean. So if you have good parents and they're guiding you, and you're a teenager listening to this, it's not easy being a mom. Even as adults, people are struggling. People are regretting having kids. Not everyone, but adults are regretting having kids. So don't think that you can jump that stage of being a teenager and transition into being an adult by having a baby. Don't think it's going to be an easy ride for you. No. The world itself is getting harder. It's always advisable for you to equip yourself. Get as much skills as you can. Learn how to fend for yourself and make your own money. Don't depend on anyone. It's very important, because people fail people. The economy is getting harder. So your focus should be, even if you don't have the finance to go to school, learn as many skills as you can learn. YouTube, you can learn a lot of skills on YouTube. There are other platforms that gives you that opportunity to learn for free without paying a dime. So make use of that. Equip yourself. So you can always have that opportunity to work for someone, freelance, do things, use your skill and make money, and feed yourself first. Be sure that you can feed yourself before thinking of getting pregnant and bringing innocent kids into this world. Because the one thing that is for sure is this: if you can't feed yourself, you're definitely going to make your kids suffer. You don't want to bring innocent people into this world and then you put them into the whole struggle life. No, don't do that. So focus on yourself, because you are still growing. You need to understand who you are. Even people that are in their 20s are still struggling. They don't understand who they are. So I don't think I would advise anyone in their teens to get pregnant. I'm not for that, honestly.
Found out I was pregnant at 16, and let me tell you the reality of it. I had been a week late to my period, and after much convincing, my boyfriend finally got me to take a test. We picked up 2 digital tests and went to the nearest park bathroom that we could find. We cut in half a Gatorade bottle and cleaned it so I could pee in it and check. This was my first time ever taking a pregnancy test, so there was no doubt in my brain that that was going to be negative. The chances of me being pregnant were extremely slim. Took the test, put it on the sink, cleaned myself up, and while walking out, Adam had to use the bathroom, so he started walking in. While walking out of the bathroom, I flipped over the test, and in bold letters it said, positive. I fell to my knees, and Adam had to come pick me up and bring me to the car. I was in the most shock I've ever been in my whole life. I couldn't speak, I couldn't cry, I couldn't talk, I couldn't move. Keep in mind that my birthday was the following week and senior year was starting in 2 weeks, so that was all my brain was focused on. And now I have this life-changing event happening. It broke my heart when my parents were saying things on my birthday like, never grow up, you're growing up too fast, stay my baby forever. And I went that whole day miserable, knowing that they had no idea. About almost a month later, my mom walked into my room and sat on my bed one early morning. It was a regular morning like any other, and she asked if I was pregnant. No idea how she knew, but honestly, it was the best thing that she came to me because I had no idea how to talk to her. Were my parents supportive about it? No, but were they very helpful? Yes. The following months, I went into a deep depression that I've never felt in my whole life. And it was never about my baby that made me depressed. At the time, it felt like my baby was the only one that got me or loved me. At the time, my boyfriend put his foot down and committed to me, and he loved me and supported me. He is now my loving husband, and I love him more than anything. The first time I posted on social media, I never really wanted to. I just felt like I was forced to. Someone within my own extended family actually told everyone that I was pregnant. So instead of letting rumors fly and people make up crap about me, I decided to go on social media and tell the truth. The amount of hate I got through this app alone and through Instagram and from my own friends was brutal. Honestly, the only thing that made me feel loved or sane at the time was my baby and husband. I was determined not to let other people's words affect me because I really wanted to make my life good, even though it may have changed sooner than expected. But of course, people have opinions and say I'm advertising that every teen girl should get pregnant, which never was the case. Honestly, it wasn't until after I had the baby and proved to people that I could be a good mom that people started to back off. You never know someone's full story or experiences, so
let's go ahead and read what people are saying in the comments section. There are young teens out there who won't get that experience either. They are under strict parents or strict religious rules or strict cultural customs. Women around the world will get married too young without an education, with no money to escape because that's the culture. Or grown kids of immigrants who at 30 are still conditioned to do everything for everyone but themselves. I'm sorry, Opie, try not to beat yourself up. Your regrets are thoroughly understandable. We all have our own weight to bear. We all make mistakes. I'm so sorry. It's a rough situation. I was also a teen parent. There have been heavy times of regret, especially when seeing peers enjoy their lives. Whenever I find myself in those times, I try to think about the future, in that I will still be young enough to enjoy empty nest freedoms, and that my kids hopefully still my besties will be there to enjoy it with me. Everything I do it for them. I do it for our future together. It's a struggle, but I hope one day it pays off. As for routine, my early to mid 20s was such a pivotal point in learning how to actually be a parent and raise children. Alongside that, I also did a lot of very helpful therapies, made new friends with other young parents. I'm still going through it, to be honest, but we are only human and we learn to manage better and we grow. And yeah, we only get one shot at life. It's not over because we had children young. It's just more difficult. There is a regret and there exists hope for the future at the same time. So guys, to be honest with you, yeah, I don't think it's an easy journey for young parents. Like I said, older parents, adult parents are, it's hitting them hard. They're struggling. Talk more of a young parent that doesn't even know who she is, trying to figure out life at that early age. It's too much of a struggle. So guys, I don't support people getting pregnant at a very young age because of the struggles that comes with it. Even if you have your partner by yourself, I tell you, still a struggle. Just go through life, get to a certain stage in your life before considering having kids, so you don't regret, you don't see other people living their life and then you start wishing, oh, had I known, or if I had done this, or if I had not done this. To get, have your dreams, have things you want to do. You don't have to accomplish everything before thinking of having kids, but at least try and live life up to a certain stage before considering having kids. This is my own little advice. I know people might reason differently and might not agree with me. That's okay, that's fine, do you get? But this is just my own little advice. This is how I see things, this is how I view things. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye.